Restoring your federal firearm rights is a highly achievable goal, provided you strictly adhere to the guidelines set by the Department of Justice, or DOJ. By the end of this guide, you will know exactly how to gather and compile a perfectly organized, complete, and ready-to-submit application file. The primary reason these specific applications fail isn't due to legal ineligibility. It comes down to the submission of uncertified, disorganized, or missing records. To ensure your file isn't immediately rejected, you must proactively gather and organize your documentation right now, well before the application portal officially opens. Step 1 is establishing your legal foundation. You must verify your baseline eligibility before you spend a single minute gathering paperwork. To begin, navigate to fedgunrights.com to access the official digital eligibility tool. Once there, select the red Check My Eligibility button. The system will then generate a highly personalized assessment report for $9.99. Running this initial assessment confirms exactly where you stand, protecting you from wasting months of effort and resources if you are ultimately disqualified. If you are eligible, Step 2 is organization. Managing the DOJ's massive document requirements requires a rigid framework to prevent you from getting overwhelmed. This framework relies heavily on understanding 925C, the specific section of the federal code that governs relief from firearm disabilities. You can acquire the designated organizational tool directly on the eligibility site by selecting the yellow Get the 925C Workbook button. This specific workbook is essential. As shown here, it provides step-by-step instructions, explains the restoration process, and contains the critical checklists you need to build your file. Utilizing this workbook takes an intimidating, chaotic list of federal demands and turns it into a structured, easily trackable project. With your framework in place, Step 3 is collecting your core legal records. This is easily the most time-consuming phase, as you have to source these files directly from courts and parole boards. The DOJ demands 4 specific historical documents detailing your original case: your certified court records, charging documents, judgment paperwork, and your sentencing paperwork. Next, you must prove you have completely fulfilled your debt to society. The checklist continues with proof of your completed sentence, probation or parole, and your criminal history reports. When gathering these files, remember there is an absolute legal distinction between a standard photocopy and an official certified government record. You must secure the certified copies. If your documents lack the official physical seal or stamp of certification, the DOJ treats them as invalid, resulting in an immediate denial. Step 4 pivots from your historical court cases to the present day, requiring proofs that establish your current identity and character. This second checklist highlights the 3 mandatory personal elements every applicant must provide: your fingerprint cards, 3 character reference affidavits, and your own sworn declaration. The final category is conditional records. These are legal documents that are only mandatory if they apply to your specific life history. Depending on your background, this conditional checklist requires you to locate and certify any prior expungement or pardon paperwork, mental health records, military records, and domestic violence case records. Failing to self-identify and include a relevant conditional record is the most common trap for applicants. It immediately flags your file as deceptive or incomplete. Picture your completed, master physical or digital file sitting on your desk, containing every asset we've just covered. A successful submission rests entirely on 3 pillars: your printed eligibility report, your completed 925C workbook framework, and your neatly organized stack of certified legal documents. To begin this process and get your file in order, head over to fedgunrights.com right now to run your initial eligibility check. Executing this preparation phase guarantees that the very moment the DOJ application portal goes live, your comprehensive file will be positioned at the absolute front of the line.